Hi, I am Thomas. I'm here to present my business plan. I plan to set up a chain of diagnostic centers, and it's going to be called Eureka Diagnostics. I'm sure every one of you has been to a testing center where you were either made to wait to collect your reports, or with regards to diagnosis being performed, or with regards to accuracy of tests being performed. That's where Eureka adds value. We establish timely and quick diagnosis, and also we strengthen accuracy of tests performed. Key partners would include Dr. Eileen Rodrigues, Mr. Pinto Rodrigues, and Thomas Pinto, that's myself. Key activities will include pre-analytical methods, that's collection and handling of samples, ensuring proper conditions to transport samples to various centers, and operator-friendly software. Analytical methods would include processing of samples, analysis of results, validation and interpretations. And post-analytical process would include integrated software program for minimizing the time of report data transfer, covering of reports, and availability of reports at the lab reception. Key resources include finances. We would require a total capital of 1.5 crores, out of which 1 crore will be funded through loans from banks. Space for diagnostic service would require up to 1,000 square feet, which would include, everything to perform tests, sample collections, waste disposal, restrooms, cleaning, storeroom. We would also need diagnostic equipment that would include semi-automatic, fully automatic, and manual equipment. We would also need sample collection setup and patient waiting area, along with information system software that would include computerization, networking of equipment, and installation of lab management for collection of samples, tests, and database management. We would also need consumables and chemicals along with manpower. Key issues here would include a high cost of capital equipment, limited availability of trained manpower, as we know there are shortages of pathologists in the country. Also, it's a very complex process to scale up because of variety of tests and intricacies in logistics management of consumables and chemicals. Also, the business would need close tie-up with medical practitioners who provide a captive market to the laboratories. It also requires rigorous infrastructure setup, regular maintenance of equipment, high costs also associated with employee salary, and not to forget power supply and procurement of supplies in a country like India. Customer relationships would include general practitioners, local practicing physicians, patients, multi-clinics, staffs, and health insurance companies. Customer segments would include private physicians, patients, health insurance companies, and hospitals. Channels. Institutions and hospitals would play a very important role in collection and testing of samples from various laboratories, the physician's clinic, home visits, as well as health camps. We would also need phone calls to be made, use of internet in terms of email, social media, and definitely transport and logistics in case of dispatching of reports via either courier or maybe transferring samples to different labs as and when required, also via courier. Last but not the least, the financial plan. The initial investment required would be around 1.5 crores. We can assure a minimum annual revenue of 10 lakhs. The income to the center per patient would be 175 rupees. If we take a look at the total operating revenue in crores, initially it would come to 2.5 crores in the first year, moving to 3.3 crores in the fifth year. Now if we take a look at the operating expenditure, which would include manpower, supplies and consumables, logistics, and insurance costs, The first year, the total operating expenditure would be around 2.25 crores and would go up to 2.7 crores in the fifth year. The net cash flow for year 1 would be a deficit of 1.2 crores, but from the second year onwards, we would be making profits from 32 lakhs to 64 lakhs in the fifth year. So the pre-tax project IRR for 5 years is 19%. Risks involved in this business are market risks due to insufficient demand and practical user levies, finance risk arising from either inflation, change in interest rates, and increase in taxes, operation and maintenance risks such as termination of contract, technology risk, as well as manpower risks, and also legal risks such as changes in law and changes in lease rights will also be a part of risks. So dear friends, thank you for your time, for listening to me. This is my business plan. Thank you.